All right, it's the rundown. It's Wednesday. One day we'll get the, well, good. I'm only doing mid-show anyways. Let's start with
Brendan Walker.
Brendan Walker. The date is September
19th. 18th.
18th. All right. Antonio Brown. They say he's still going to play. I don't know what. I haven't been on the rundown a little bit. I assume we talked about him farting.
Damn, my bad, It's pretty freaking low. I've done some bodybuilders, and this is pretty freaking low. I gotta stay away. Damn, my bad.
Right?
We did not. That came out after.
Nobody's talked about the fart.
No, he's been farting on people.
All right.
He didn't fart on somebody.
Right.
Yeah. That headline is
that was the most misleading headline. That he farted on the doctor's face.
Yeah.
No.
He was just farting.
He farted away from the doctor's face.
Totally. So that's misleading.
Still rude.
It's rude.
Not as rude.
Not as rude.
And definitely not the first guy who's just farted like at the doctor's office.
But he's a fart guy now.
Yeah.
Like
Big time fart
you
guy.
can't trust that guy.
He's the fart guy, but he's not a serial fart
The way
assault
that
guy. He's not a fart
No,
assault
I
guy.
don't know.
No, there's a huge difference between farting on somebody's face repeatedly versus like letting a fart rip during a doctor's.
But there's also a huge difference between letting a fart rip at a doctor's appointment and letting multiple farts rip at a doctor's appointment.
Once you get one out, though,
He's the one out. You should be good.
And the doctor like didn't seem to care. He wasn't like, "Yo, stop farting."
He
was
liked the smell of Antonio Brown's farts.
He was like laughing.
He seems like a clean eater.
On a more serious note, so the NFL interviewed the accuser for 10 hours on Monday. Nothing has happened. It looks like Brown is still playing. I am starting to lean heavily towards, and by the way, there's all these weird things. This SI article he didn't pay. Like I listened to that Klumko guy the other day tell me a story how he didn't pay for a painting for like $700. Like all right, that's weird. I don't know. I think, and again, the facts will come out. But if they interview the accuser for 10 hours, he's still on the Patriots. The Patriots haven't released him. The NFL hasn't put him on the exempt list. I'm leaning heavily towards, I think these charges are going to not be real.
Are you at any point, not to rehash a discussion that you had with your dad for ad nauseum last night?
My dad is floating around this office
Just
for the
floating.
past 3 hours with nothing to do,
Where is he right
bothering
now?
everybody. He is Frank the Tank. And, you know, first of all,
Tommy, do one lap and come back right there and see if you can pick him up.
he found his fanny
Just
pack,
one
which
lap.
was missing.
Well, he found it in his studio while he was
And bring him
recording.
back with him if you see
No,
it,
he said he
if you see it
found
on
it
one lap.
with Loud Sean, actually.
Yeah.
He also, my parents claimed the reason they were in New York is because they have some sort of iron that they don't know how to use, and they were giving a class on how to use it, as opposed to they want to see me.
Like shirt iron?
Something like that.
So your parents don't have Google.
Well, if we really want to get into it, your dad got a new phone, which set him back into the prehistoric times. He said he's got a list of passwords he's got to put in when he gets home.
It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with them. They've been here. They didn't tell me how long they were staying. I asked yesterday. They're here till tomorrow.
I can't believe they're staying at your house.
Oh, yeah, I know. I came into my apartment yesterday. It was 140 degrees. I leave my AC on all the time. All the time. Walked in, it was 140 degrees. My parents had been in there. The air conditioning was off. I said, why did you turn the AC off? They denied doing it. I go, I gotta be honest, it's a pretty fucking big coincidence, I didn't use the F word, that the AC hasn't been off in 2 years. You're in the apartment for 10 minutes and it's off. They're like, I don't know, we didn't do it. It's like, sure you didn't.
And your dad showed up with like 6 layers today,
how many
saying
layers
he's
he's
still got
wearing?
to chill from the apartment.
Yeah.
Is that his
No,
story?
you didn't get him?
Nobody knows where he is. I
Wow.
was looking around for him.
Wow.
Your mom is here.
Wow.
Well, my dad is at the age he could just get lost in this office.
Yeah.
On this floor?
He could
Yeah.
get lost in this office.
Yeah.
So
easily.
I was running around too, looking for him. He's like, I have no idea where he
No,
is.
Yeah.
My mom is like a serial liar too. I love her, but she like went out to dinner last night, and I knew she told me about like a week and a half ago, and she's like, well, I didn't know we were going out to dinner. They went to like a terrible place. Like, but you told me a week and a half. I don't know. They're just it's like not turning off the AC. I know you turn off the AC. So if I'm on edge, it's because my parents are living with me right now.
They're in your fucking kitchen.
I mean, I literally was watching TV, stood up to get a drink. My dad just sat down, turned the channel.
That's a power move. He alpha the fuck out of you.
Just turn the channel.
That is a power move.
Anyways, Antonio Bryant. Sorry, I got on that rant.
Do you want him on the Patriots? Sorry. Are you at any point, because you are, a Belichick disciple, at any point do you think like he's causing a distraction?
If these Chargers, the only reason I wouldn't want him on the team is if these Chargers were true. Then I don't want him. Distraction-wise, I will put ultimate faith in Bill Belichick that if he thinks the distraction is taking away from his performance, he will get rid of him. I don't know what. So I trust
and then
him.
be sued.
And then be sued, according to my dad, who did admit he was wrong. But that got quite contentious last night.
I'm having a discussion with my dad, and I don't know how anyone talks to him on the radio. It's like talking in a circle. I'm saying we're in a hypothetical discussion. I don't even know how to discuss it properly because he's talking in circles. If the Patriots he's saying if the Patriots released Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown would be able to sue them. That's what you're saying, right?
Based on the evidence that's out there now, as we're speaking today, there's just some stories in the newspaper. That's all.
But what if the Patriots just said, who cares if it's true or false, you're just locker room distraction, there's too much press, too much news, and you're taking away the focus of the team. They couldn't just release him for that reason?
I don't believe so.
Why?
Because you can't just, there's stories about these different guys all the time, all right? You got to have some hard evidence. There's no charges against him of any kind of criminal activity.
But you don't think you can fire somebody for being a team distraction that's taking away?
What is your definition of a team distraction?
The media won't stop talking to him and taking away from studying the playbook and on field because all anyone wants to talk about is him.
With me, Bill Belichick.
What?
Yes, it seemed like that.
So the shock value of the charges last week came out, and everybody took a side, but we're 9 days later, and the charges haven't matured at all. They haven't turned into anything. The NFL is very. If there were something there, they would say, "Sit out until we find out."
That is what I agree with. And a 10-hour interview, nothing. The timing of the charges, everything about it is strange. I said that from the beginning. I said, because enough came out on both sides. You're like, whoa, and again, I'm going on gut instinct. So if it turns out I'm wrong, you're wrong. But I haven't seen many people, his denial and his well, now I'm going to sue you for defamation. Mm-hmm. That was pretty strong on his part. Who knows? Hopefully you're wrong. But, I mean, hopefully I'm right. Well, it's a lose-lose, as I said before. If she's trumping up, it's bad for her. It's bad for anyone who's an accuser. But, they're both bad. If who's ever guilty is really bad here.
He's going to play 15 games for the Patriots.
I think he's going to play the whole season.
I feel like he's going to play 15 games.
I think if they're getting through this part right now, keeping him, unless something that was actually concrete came forward, they plan on having this guy for the season.
He played 6 days after it came out.
And even the reactions of the team when he scored, like Brady going in for that, there was no, this is an albatross. This is this is one of our guys now, which I think was telling.
If he were going to sit out, he would have sat out the last game. He didn't sit out.
Or now. He's getting through the roughest part of the storm, it seems. So I think we got a guy here. Ryan Clark versus Feinbaum.
Giants blew it a couple of years ago. They probably should have gotten rid of him then. But they held on. And Eli took a beating, but he still has shown the epitome of class. We're not watching the beginning of the end. It is the end. It's over for Cam Newton. I don't know why we are mincing words and trying to find a pretty way to put it. I think he's a train wreck right now. He can't do what he used to do. And quite frankly, forget the sympathy tour. Cam Newton has never really cared about anyone other than Cam Newton. And that doesn't mean he shouldn't be given the opportunity. But he's brought this franchise down. It's over for Cam Newton. Nice knowing you, but you're done.
This is my only statement to that, right? Yeah. We just spoke glowingly about Eli, not we, Paul talk glowingly about Eli Manning, and he has been a dud for the last 4 years. You want to talk about bringing a franchise down? Eli has ruined that franchise. So we got to take out how we feel about dudes because he's a Manning, because we love him, because he gives us this sucks. You can do whatever you want to me, and I'm going to be okay about it. That's not true. If we're looking at it right now, Cam has more left than Eli's had for years.
Ron Clark put Feinbaum in a body bag.
I loved it.
Well, are you not a Feinbaum
I
guy?
hate Paul Feinbaum.
I like
Why?
Feinbaum.
I do not like Paul
Why?
Feinbaum.
Because he's mean to Mississippi
Because-
State?
Oh, there's the first time
that's
he's
not
done
it.
it.
That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Paul, he loves Alabama,
All right.
Paul.
That's not it. People think SEC fans are just sitting around our double-wide trailers drinking moonshine, waiting till Paul Feinbaum comes on. We don't like him. He's an Alabama-Auburn creation. He belongs to them. He's not an SEC thing. He belongs to
Well, he's an
Alabama-Auburn.
SEC thing.
Yeah.
He's an Alabama-Auburn
He
thing.
speaks for the SEC.
He was a bad sports writer in Birmingham, happened to be at the right place at the right time. Now he's on TV speaking for the whole SEC.
You don't
and
have
it's
to
bullshit.
be jealous anymore.
It's
You
bullshit.
landed here. You're
No,
on your feet now.
I am quite jealous of him. He's
I know.
very ugly. He's got
It's-
big ears like me. He gives me hope.
But you got to let it go. This is somebody when you were stuck in Mississippi. You're talking like old Brandon Walker, Mississippi, before we found you.
Yeah.
Now you have something to look
I
at
do.
you. There's a new Brandon Walker
but you
somewhere
got a
being like,
suit- have
oh,
a
right
suit
time, right
on.
place. He was on mybookie.com. That could have been me.
You got this, man.
I got it. I still don't like Feinbaum.
Everything Brandon Walker, it's so funny watching when Brandon Walker gives like a I hate this guy. You just like dig just maybe an inch deep in the ground. And you're like, oh, it's because today he said that Peyton is fine and all the other Mannings are horrible people. And I was like, oh yeah, Peyton didn't go to Ole Miss.
Right,
He went to Tennessee,
Okay.
and that's it. You just gotta go one step more, and you're like, yeah, that's where
Everything
you hate
Mississippi.
from.
I do feel bad that I know you say you're Dolphins, that you're clearly Mississippi State, and week 2 your season's over.
Yeah, and Feinbaum shit on you.
Feinbaum didn't shit on us.
But he
I'm
will.
not worried about
no,
Paul
actually,
Feinbaum.
you would love to be shit on by Feinbaum because that
I've
means you
never
matter.
craved shit on by
Yeah,
being shit
you
on by
want
Feinbaum.
it. You
because
want to
then
be.
you're
You want
relevant.
shit in your
You're
face.
relevant.
I don't want to
You
be
want
shit
Paul
on by
Feinbaum
want
to
to
shit
be
right
relevant.
down
I'm
your
being
throat.
shit on right now.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
you have relevancy, like Dave said.
Yeah.
Well, yay, congratulations to me. Ryan Clark was right. Feinbaum said some stupid shit today.
He did. I agree.
I don't
Well,
even
it
know
wasn't
what
so
that- I
much-
don't even know what the
it wasn't
fight's
so much.
about.
Here's what he said. Here's what he said. So he talked about Eli Manning and how great he is and how great he was, how awesome he is. He then transitioned immediately into Cam Newton. Says Cam is done. He's tanking that franchise. We should move on from him. He's been awful for years. We shouldn't pretend he's any good anymore. After kissing Eli's ass.
Well, Eli does have 2 Super Bowls, so
And don't you like that because you were the original Scam Newton guy?
I'm not an original Scam Newton guy. I'm a Mississippi
He
State
created
guy.
like Facebook memes and shit.
That didn't happen. You've created all of that out of thin air.
I will say, like, Cam Newton is far better still than Eli Manning. Eli
Yes.
Manning right now is maybe one of the worst ever put it, but he got benched.
But he's been terrible for 3 years.
Great.
now.
Great Giants fans like Tom. The number one thing that I don't get with Giants fans is I acknowledge that Eli Manning beat the Patriots twice in the Super Bowl. I acknowledge that. When you say Eli Manning stinks, Giants fans somehow think that's because they beat the Patriots. Like, I don't care.
He's a remarkably average quarterback who had 2 exceptional runs.
I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan. I think he's.
I think he was an
And by
above
the way-
for the most of his career, he was an
He
above
was
average quarterback.
If you look through his numbers,
He's-
he was remarkably
By the way,
average.
Everything's
Most of his
average.
career,
and by
was
the way,
above
No, that's not true. He had 3 years where he was. I looked through it last night.
His
'cause I
career
was
record
shocked.
is 116 and 116.
TDs, yards, completion percentage. He finished top 10 in those 3 categories once in his entire
He
career.
led the league in one category in his career, and that was interceptions 3 times.
He's-
got 2 Super
this
Bowls.
isn't like these are just facts. We're not bashing Eli. I actually think it's an admirable thing to be average your entire life and then have like these 2 blips where you were just incredible.
Right, so you
I can
average it
relate to
out.
that.
it
And I'm
becomes
not
above
100% sure he was like incredible. Like, I know the year. I mean,
The
the Giants
11
defense.
The
Was incredible.
2011 one
Was pretty
he
good.
He was like 9
Legit.
touchdowns, 1 interception. And he won 4 games. He went on the road.
Yeah, I mean, the Super Bowl.
He got
they
the
didn't do-
shit kicked out of him
He
in
didn't, he didn't do much
San
in that
Francisco.
Super Bowl. He threw a ball off a helmet.
They had the 32nd ranked run game and 27th ranked defense in 2011, and they still won the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
but that defense came
He
on
just
like
looked that up
gangbusters
today.
at the end.
I did see that today.
Yeah.
But it's a good stat. I also have an update on your dad. He's in the podcast room recording 0 Block 30.
Wow.
It's like he's getting pity time now. He's getting pity air time. People are like, look at that old man
he's
just
doing-
drifting around the office.
Yeah, he's doing the pity car wash.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
no one actually planned, but because he's around. Yesterday I was like, hey, you want to do
I've done that before.
Portnoy's complaints, yeah. Oh, you're the king of that.
Yeah, I'm the king of the pity car wash.
If I keep Brandon Walker off the yak, without fail, 20 minutes into the show, he walks past the studio like this. And then I'm like, all right, come on in. Every time.
This video is fine. Love. There's degenerates, there's horse racing degenerates, and then there's harness horse racing degenerates. This guy.
He's coming back. Come on, Sigma. Come on, get by this one. All right, there comes the 8 now, the 2. They're all coming now. I got a 5-3-1 2, baby. Come on, 3. Look, it's gonna come out 5-1-3. I think I got a 3-1-5 or 1.
Sitting in the hospital in his gown on the phone, snapping his fingers for the superfecta. The best part is actually when he realized he's being taped, it shuts off immediately. Like whoever was taping knew, like this guy doesn't understand. He not happy to be taped. Like this is just what he does right before surgery.
He probably wanted to shut off being taped because he probably owed money to his bookie and he didn't want his bookie to find out that he was winning money on the harnesses.
I love it.
Like something like that, you know, where it's not the normal like don't tape me before surgery. It's don't tape me because if I win some money, it's a windfall and I can't let anyone know.
How do you become a harness racing guy?
Oh, Frankie's dad was one. They have it in Yonkers.
I've accidentally done it a few times where if you just kind of sit in an OTV long enough, like that track in West Virginia that comes on at night.
There's Plainville is one. Yonkers is a huge
Charleston?
one.
No, it's not Charleston, West Virginia. I don't. There's one that I know that I've bet a few times where it's like if you stay there.
The Hamiltonian Cup.
Yeah,
That's
if you
like
stay there long enough, you'll do the harness.
And the thing with harness, which I always equate to highlight, in that I know they're cheating.
Always.
Like it's just they're cheating.
Someone has like every horse except the winner has like 50 pounds of iron on their harness.
And the moves they make in harness make no sense.
No
like
sense.
all of a sudden, a horse decides he's going to go 3,000 times faster than the rest of the horses. Colin Cowherd, this is a big video. This is a big video.
This Joe Burrow kid, it's like LSU's a different program. Yeah. Oh my Lord! They look better than Clemson's looked this year. Tell me about Joe Burrow. Did you know him? Your connections to him?
Great family, incredible kid, tough as nails. He's developed into a pro prospect, and I've talked to him quite often, and couldn't be more proud of what Joe's done.
How did he get out of Ohio?
Well, he played for us for 3 years.
And then he moves on?
He did a grad transfer. Dwayne Haskins and Joe had the battle, 2 years ago in spring, and it was inches from who was our starting quarterback, and Dwayne won the battle. Joe left as a graduate transfer and obviously starting his second year now.
I mean, he's the real deal.
To me, I don't know how you can ever have credibility in college football. He's talking to Urban Meyer. Did you watch this?
No. You told me that all I had to watch was.
You would like this one. I actually got up to try to find you this.
Yeah.
He's talking to Urban Meyer, and they're talking about Joe Burrows, how good he is, and then he says something kind of like, do you know him to Urban Meyer? You couldn't really get it. And then he continues like, so how did you let this guy get out of Ohio? And he's like, well, he was on our team for 3 years.
Who doesn't know that Joe Burrow
Cowherd
went from Ohio State to LSU?
Colin Cowherd.
The first question,
shit.
I thought he was being sarcastic.
Me too.
I thought he's like, oh, well, that's kind of clever,
Yes,
I guess. And
right.
then he followed up with, so how did he get out of Ohio? And I'm like, wait a minute.
And Urban,
you really don't know that?
It was.
And
Yikes.
Urban didn't even give him the benefit of the doubt. Urban was like, well, he played for us.
Yeah.
And he gave him that you're an asshole look.
I mean, it's not just that.
Urban was not on the phone. He was in person.
No, he was in face to
face.
Oh, fuck yes.
It's one of those things. Colin Cowherd can never have any college football credibility the rest of his life. If you don't know Joe Burrows was from Ohio State,
right?
You just don't follow college football at all.
At all.
At all.
Because this isn't like if you were to say, let's see, like Justin Fields, he transferred this year, right? So it would make sense that
even
it might
that
take,
you're pretty weak,
right? But Joe Burrows was on LSU last year, and it was a big deal when he transferred from Ohio State to LSU last year.
Yes.
So it's been 2 years.
Wild lack of info from Colin Cowherd. Wild.
Love it. Love to see it.
You hate to see it.
Love to see it.
Hate to see it.
Love to see it.
Youngstown Bob, Monday Night Football, just eating pussy, stealing girlfriends.
I'm in a video right now.
So I don't know if you know the backstory,
I don't.
So Youngstown Bob is notorious or famous, infamous for one thing. loves to eat pussy.
You eat it. He's fucking pulling the cooch cobbler. Get in here and show us what you do. That's all we need. Come in here, let's go. How do you start? Do you start slow? Or do you just go right in there?
I don't feel comfortable answering.
Wait.
Word was spreading like wildfire. We were sitting at dinner.
Someone brought it.
Someone.
Is this the way you got punched in the face? Is that
No.
No, he eats a lot of puss.
I was looking for. I thought this was the guy that got punched in the face. He's the one who eats pussy.
Yeah. Eats a ton of pussy. That's what this guy does.
Eats the box and eats it well.
Did not know that.
Yes. It's like a well-known Barstool fact.
That's because you don't have a...
It's the second person I ever met at Barstool. You sent Mush and Youngstown Bob to Mississippi. I did not know he was a pussy eater.
I didn't know he was in Mississippi.
He came with us.
Oh, I didn't know
Other
that.
craziest thing about Youngstown Bob, which I often forget, his name's not Bob.
Right, no, we just named him
Yeah,
that.
dude, someone
I have no
on
idea.
the live stream was like, "Hey, Justin, did you get that?"
Yeah,
And
I
was
have
like,
no idea
"Who
what
the
his
fuck is
name is."
Justin?"
I didn't know who Justin
It's
was
Justin.
either.
But I don't need Bob. You can leave Youngstown Bob. Go eat some pussy. Youngstown Bob, so he that's what he does. He eats pussy.
Oh, and he makes murals.
And pure murals. But this video, for some reason, no, you gotta know he just loves eating pussy. That's what he does. The fact that he's dancing at this tailgate in a very Cleveland manner, and this girl, Pretty, comes over, and Bob's like, "Not now, I'm dancing. I'm making a video."
Yeah.
First of all, I don't
I'll
even know
eat
what
that
that
puss
means.
later.
Yeah, I don't even know what
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
a video. He was just like dancing at a tailgate like he was making a Scorsese film. But the girls just flock to this pussy.
Mm-hmm. Because he eats it.
Yeah.
It's the
Word spreads.
You can feel it on a guy like that.
Bob, you can feel it.
Yeah. He
Oh,
walks
there's
in a room and
Youngstown
you're like,
Bob.
"Oh, that's him."
Also, the girl was hot.
Very pretty.
The girl was good looking.
Yeah, and he
walked
put her in a place
straight-
like
straight up to
Dan
it.
says, like, I will eat your pussy
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
I'm making a video.
I'm putting you in like we'll get to you
The on-deck
after
circle.
the video.
And then the thread below it was what really made me laugh, because someone said, "That's literally my girlfriend." It was their girlfriend, and all the comments was, "That's Bob's girl now."
Yeah.
Was your
Bro.
girlfriend?
Bro.
Like Munchtown Bob, Tungstown
Damn.
Bob, all the nicknames.
That's
And
tough.
just gifs of people like tongues going.
You don't want your girlfriend anywhere near
That's Bob's
Youngstown
girl
Bob.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
It
Bob
is.
Bob owns that girl.
Yes, he's just his presence.
And another guy, Tyler O'Day, this video hit the stream. So Tyler O'Day singing Elvis. Tyler O'Day, you know, he's somebody who gets under my skin at all times. I would like.
I'd say that's an understatement.
Yeah, I need to hear this live, and he loves to sing. So let's get a live Tyler O'Day.
Was he singing Elvis?
Oh yeah.
From?
Tupelo, Mississippi.
How do you not know your own hometown?
I didn't know what you were talking about. That's not my
Tupelo,
hometown.
honey, Van Morrison.
That's not my
But
hometown.
that's sorry. That's where you were living.
That's where I was
Are we
living.
gonna get
at
a
the time.
live show?
He's taking his time. It's a beautiful Elvis song he sang too. What's happening?
He's just strolling.
Oh my God.
He's building a. Is he wearing a jacket or something? He's going.
Oh my
Good
God.
God.
What are you?
That's
We
how
own
we all-
these. We own these.
This is how we all
I
dress.
understand,
We
but then
should.
the
Yeah, but that's why you
shoes-
shouldn't be allowed to wear
Yeah,
those.
well,
because
that's
terrible.
You make everything look horrible.
Disagree.
That's so much skin.
That's Tyler O'Day?
Yeah, his shorts are notorious for
And
riding
the
up.
shoes
All right.
too.
All right, O'Day, sing your song.
Why I have to sing my song?
You
Yeah,
look like you're
yeah.
like in Ibiza or something. You're not.
Ibiza, you just shut down Ibiza's tourism industry.
I'm bad for the tourism industry.
All right, let's hear it.
Sure. Sure, it'll sound awful on this mic, but whatever.
Whoa.
That's
Oh,
what'll-
you're gonna
that's what'll
blame the
make it-
mic?
That's what'll make it sound.
There's like a tennis player missing a shot and looking at his racket. What is it?
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. How much would you like?
That's pretty good.
Oh, fucking
All right.
thing.
That's pretty good.
Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. but I can't help falling in love with you. Thanks, everybody.
Tommy does
Have a great
Sinatra, by the way,
Wednesday.
Dave, as well. Tommy does
Appreciate it.
Sinatra. Yeah.
That wasn't bad.
I don't care if it's good or bad. He just bothers me.
Tommy does Sinatra. He did Sinatra for the whole office.
Tommy did?
Yeah.
That Tommy?
You do Sinatra?
They forced me to.
No,
I didn't
you
voluntarily.
walked over and started doing Sinatra. Everyone will back me up. Tommy just did Sinatra.
Someone was like, "Do you sing?" And I was like, "Oh, not really." And you were like, "Well, you could."
So then
sing
do Sinatra.
All right, come sing Sinatra.
I had a feeling that was this.
Well, I mean, it reminded me of the. It was you were out. It was
It's like Ron Burgundy
last
pulling a
week. He
flute out
just
of his-
walked over. and Was like,
We're gonna
I
have
do
to have like
Sinatra.
a
Literally
real
not.
American Idol here.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
Everyone
Dan,
will back
you
me up.
sing.
Rowan was
Yeah,
like, "Do you
I'm the
sing?"
anthem only.
That's not true. I've been
Oh,
with
yeah,
you
we
plenty
did-
of
we-
times.
what did we do
You
is
see a
sing off.
karaoke bar. You
What did we do
fucking
is sing off.
Don't walk. You run. What?
What did we do a sing off on back in the day? Remember that?
I remember after the Cubs, you went right. to
No,
a
we
karaoke
did. No, but we did a sing off on the rundown.
I thought we should have a Creed off. Like, I thought we should all do a quick lyric of a Creed song, because Creed is like Pearl Jam, a song you can sing. Can you take me higher where blind men see? Can you take me higher with the golden streams?
With arms wide open under the sunlight. Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything. With arms wide open. With arms wide open.
That was pretty good.
Your dad's arrived.
Oh, Mike Portnoy, come over here. Tommy's gonna sing you a song.
All right, sing Sinatra.
Sing you a song. He's gonna sing you a song. Yeah, sing him a song. He wants to sing you a song.
Well,
Come on
I
over.
mean, I didn't propose this idea.
Come on over.
Your legs
Come
must
on.
be tied. You're just wandering around this
Come on.
office.
Come on. Come on.
To get my famous fanny.
Okay, yes.
I'm a little nervous, to be honest.
So you're gonna serenade my dad. This is interesting.
That's what it's all come to. Everything you built to this moment.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm gonna laugh. if I
Well,
see
just
you
do it.
Sing the
Tommy.
fucking song.
Oh, wait, hold on. The average person spends almost 7 hours a day in front of a screen. MVMT's blue light glasses help to change our habits so that we can keep up with the changing technology world. Everscroll blue light filtering glasses start at just $65. Better focus, better sleep, better style. Get 15% off today with free shipping, free returns. Going to mvmt.com/rundown. Shop the Everscroll blue light filtering glasses. Protect your eyes, look great doing it. Go to mvmt.com/rundown. Tommy.
Regrets. I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and
good.
every
It's not bad.
highway, but more, much more than this. I did it my way.
Yeah, Tommy. Oh, you got a kiss. You got a kiss. What a moment. Mike Portnoy giving Tommy a kiss.
Oh, my God. All right. Not bad, Tommy. That's the rundown.